This afternoon I've mostly been cleaning up and modifying these cam covers. As I've shown you already, I was far from happy with the standard design of the breather setup, and as well I just want to take them off to reseal the gaskets because they was a little bit weepy. But the main thing was to sort out this breather issue, and I've done it basically. These clean up pretty well as well. I'm surprised with this. This is, if you could be bothered, you could polish these up really nice, but I can't be bothered because I don't really care. But just for trying to clean the crap off it, these come out really good. Anyway, I've drilled out these holes, so they are full size now. It's about 8mm, still quite small for a breather, but you know, I'm doing what I can do, and considering the original is 1mm, this is vastly bigger, like a whole nother world of bigger. So if 1mm was coping, I'm sure 8mm will cope with boost. I mean, but yeah, so yeah, I've made that bigger. Same on this one. So they've both been bored out all the way through. Weirdly, it was down to 1mm nearly all the way through. It took ages to drill through it. Yeah, that's all I've done on those. On the actual cam covers is where I've done a bit more. Actually no, tell a lie, I have done a bit more on this one. This as well, which is that main big outlet, was half blocked. There was like a half moon shape at the bottom, so although it was big from the outside, on the inside it was only half the size. So I got the die grinder out and basically made it full size in and out now. So yeah, it's a good size. This is where I've done a bit more, particularly to this one. I'll show you why. This one is the passenger side cam cover, and weirdly it's, well, it's got a lot of you know, breathing room. It's got these 3 pipes here which go to the breather section, as well as this massive hole here that holds for the oil from the filler cap. This massive hole here, so you know, quite a bit to the, you know, to the windage bit where the oil breathes. But this side had next to nothing. It had this hole, but about half the size. Again, I've got a die grinder and enlarged it to the size of the outline of it, almost like they half envisioned it to be that big, or planned to on some versions, I don't know. But it had a much bigger circle with a little hole in it, so I've enlarged it to that. And it's also got a second one, which is that, which again was a 1mm, you know, pin size hole, which I've enlarged to about, I don't know, about 5mm or so, as much as I could without breaking through the metal. So it's far better now, but realistically this is still way less than that side really. The main problem with this one is the design was just bizarre, or in my opinion a bit shit anyway. You've got that outlet there to breathe from, and they were tiny anyway, but the route it had to take to get to the outlet, if you look, the outlet is there. And that to go, the air had to go out of here, down that hole, which goes to a drain back to the crankcase, and then back up again through this side and then out. Which, yeah, it's not too bad because you're evacuating pressure, but it's still a bit shit, and that hole is small. So to be honest, because you know it's not a standard road car and I don't mind a bit of oil filling the catch tank if need be, I've actually cut a couple of half moons there, so this wall bit is no longer stopping stuff. So if need be, you know, the pressure can come out of there rather than have to go this torturous, stupid route. I mean, it would have to come out of that and then back again. In some respects, you could enlarge that, but nah, I'd rather that drain back to the sump for oil, which isn't a bad thing. And this should hopefully solve most of the problems. I'm going to do a final cleanup with these, and I'm pretty certain that should get rid of crankcase pressure. Although, yes, it might add a bit more oil. It's not a PCV setup connected back to the inlet anymore, so it's not like it's going to be sucking it and filling the inlet manifold full of oil. It's literally going to a catch tank, so that's no issue. So what I've done with all this should have lots of benefits with no drawbacks, but we'll see. I'd love to know what they really plan for these though. Almost looks like the perfect place for some big oil breather connections, but I don't know. I don't know what the why there's circles there and why there's humps there. There's nothing on the cam mechanism that requires that, and that's where the oil filler is. So God knows, but yeah, modified that, no more problems. So on to the next job. Next thing I've got to do is make some blanking plates for the emissions bollocks that I'm removing. Normal people would, well, generally with plates and stuff that get made, they use a CNC machine and all that kind of crap, but I ain't got a CNC machine. I got a me machine, as in me and an angle grinder and a few other bits and pieces. So rather than pay somebody to do it, I'll just make them myself. Easy enough. Just use the gasket as a template. I cut roughly the right size, and I got a marker pen and scribbled around them, so I've got the outline, and now I just basically need to grind away and cut away at these until they're about the right shape, then drill the bolt holes, which again, pretty simple, and I'm done. I say simple, it's thick stainless steel, so it's going to be a pain in the ass, but you know, it's free. So and this is meant to be a budget build, and this is budget. Right, last little bit of video for today because I'm out of time, and this is plenty enough. These are the blanking plates I've just knocked up. I've shown you how to already, so it's easy enough. And yeah, this took me, I don't know, 5 minutes each. Just angle grinder to get it around about right, then a grinder to get it a bit closer, and then I finished it off by smoothing off the rough edges with a sanding wheel. Easy, dead easy. They don't have to be dead on, you can be a little, as long as it's not going to hit something, they can be a bit bigger or whatever, but these are relatively dead on, you know, but it's easy to adjust them. Total cost of this, absolutely zero, and like I said, not even half hour of my time. Still got to drill the holes, well, the bolt holes, not those holes, otherwise it defeats the object. But yeah, drill the bolt holes. I have to make one more of them because there's 2 of these that need blanking, and that's it. So that's the end of this Stav-Tech video. Hope it's been pretty educational or interesting or fucking something, because I want you lot to watch it, because it helps me make a few quid as well. And if I actually had some money, I could do some madder shit. But yeah, this super low budget thing is going well. This has cost me nothing. I mean, this is all stuff I'd lying around and just my own work. Literally everything in this video has been free as far as I can remember. So yeah, you can build a really fucking fast car for not much money. It just needs a bit of thought. Don't need any welding skills or anything, because I certainly ain't got them, but a bit of thought. Right, see you later. The other news, fuck me, look at that spider. That's the evil looking thing. Is it alive? Not very. That's an horrible bastard, that is. We don't get... Oh, he's angry. Fucking horrible thing. Hello, spider.